going, you guys? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Maddison Hill, and yes, it's time for another Pop Off with Maddison. For today's Pop Off, I'm going to be talking all about Britney Spears because, you guys, there are a lot of major updates that we need to discuss. Number one, we're going to talk about Britney Spears and her former manager, Sam Lufty, because he recently leaked some voicemails from Britney Spears from around 2009, and let me tell you guys, they are incredibly heartbreaking, but they also prove that Britney has wanted out of this conservatorship since the beginning. Next up, we're also going to talk about Jamie Lynn Spears, aka Britney's sister, because she is back to getting messy on Instagram, and thankfully, she's getting caught. From trying to deny that she ever claimed Britney's condo in Florida as her own, to her husband getting caught creeping on Britney's Instagram, there's a lot we need to talk about with Jamie Lynn. On top of all of that, I'm also going to give you guys the latest updates when it comes to the courtroom and how Britney Spears' mom got involved in her conservatorship case this week. Meanwhile, Britney is doing her best to cope with her current situation, you guys. She updated her fans on how she's feeling and how she's doing in her most recent Instagram post. And Britney, girl, I know you got a long fight ahead of you, but you have a lot of people behind you. Clearly, as you guys can see, we have a lot that we need to get into, so we're not going to waste any time and we're going to get straight to unwrapping these Britney Spears facts. All right, so as you all know by now, Britney Spears is currently fighting to end her conservatorship that she's been in since 2008. As you all know, Britney Spears was finally allowed to hire her own attorney, and she went with powerhouse lawyer Matthew Rosengart. And thankfully, Matthew is making some moves, unlike Britney's former attorney, Sam Ingham. Yes, Sam, you might be out of the courtroom, but we haven't forgotten. Sorry for the sassiness. Anyway, earlier this week, Matthew Rosengart officially filed paperwork saying that he wants Jamie Spears removed from the conservatorship altogether. Remember, while Jamie Spears, aka Britney's dad, is no longer involved in her personal conservatorship, he is still technically a co-conservator on her estate and her finances. Which, in my opinion, at the end of the day, when it comes to Britney's personal needs, a lot of them do revolve around money and finances, so basically her dad is still in charge. Thankfully, Britney's mom, Lynn Spears, also filed paperwork in support of having Jamie Spears removed completely. In the paperwork that Britney's mom filed, she talked about how Britney and Jamie's relationship has dwindled to, quote, fear and hatred. In Britney's mom's paperwork, she described Jamie Spears as controlling and also brought up that she witnessed Britney take what she felt was unnecessary medication at the hands of a doctor that Jamie hired. Now, if you remember, during Britney's original testimony, yes, I'm talking about that explosive testimony that she made a few weeks back, she brought up how she went to a medical facility back in 2019 against her will. In the paperwork that Lynn filed, she actually reaffirmed Britney's story and said that Britney was, quote, threatened with punishment if she did not stay for medical treatment. Obviously, we don't know what that punishment was or what that punishment entailed, but just the fact the word punishment was even used is enough for me. So hopefully, with Lynn Spears backing up some of the claims that Britney Spears has made against her father, Britney's new attorney, Matthew Rosengart, can get Jamie Spears removed from the conservatorship once and for all. Continuing on, let's talk about those voicemails from Britney that leaked. So yesterday, Britney's former manager, Sam Lufty, leaked some voicemails from Britney on his Instagram. He claims that at least 2 of the voicemails are from 2009, aka 1 year into the conservatorship. These leaked voicemails feature Britney talking about how she's being threatened that she won't see her children.
My father has threatened me several times that, he'll take my children away.
How she's being stripped of her civil rights.
I'm confined, restrained, and stripped of my civil rights.
How she's of sound body and mind and she wants her own attorney.
Britney Spears wants John Herbert to represent me to put my conservatorship of other children on of sound mind and body.
You guys, there is no other way to describe these voicemails other than completely heartbreaking. When sharing these voicemails on his Instagram, Sam mentioned in one caption that Britney's former attorney and her parents have both denied that these voicemails are from Britney herself. Sam also went on to claim that every judge that heard these voicemails ignored them, and he said that's why we're still here all of these years later. It's so freaking insane to me, and we're gonna go ahead and move right along to something that's even more insane, which I didn't think is possible, and talk about Jamie Lynn Spears and the mess that she's causing on social media. So a little background information for you guys before we really get into this Jamie Lynn Spears mess. The Sun reports that back in 2001, Britney Spears herself purchased a condo in Destin, Florida. Again, this was pre-conservatorship. Well, since Britney purchased this condo herself, her sister Jamie Lynn has claimed this condo as her own on multiple occasions. Here's one time on Twitter, this was back in 2015, Jamie Lynn Spears was doing a Q&A with her fans, and she said, "We have a condo in Destin, Florida. It's the best getaway." Not really sure where the "we" is, Jamie Lynn Spears, but okay. Then she did this again in 2016 during an interview with CMT. Bustle are the ones who actually found this interview of Jamie Lynn Spears, and she reportedly said, quote, "I host everyone at our condo. We're pretty blessed with a big condo. It can sleep about 10 people." Are we blessed, Jamie Lynn? Are we? Okay, now having that information in mind, this week, you guys, Jamie Lynn Spears posted a ton of photos of her and her family during their most recent vacation in Florida. However, this time they conveniently stayed at the Ritz-Carlton. Now, in Jamie Lynn's original caption of these photos, she threw shade at people who used her own words against her and called her out for using her sister's condo. Again, this is the original caption. It said, "I don't own a condo, and I can assure you that no one has ever bought me a place at the beach because I prefer my beach vacations at the Ritz anyway. Simple facts. Y'all need to stop reaching. Thankful to get this time with my family in between our busy work and practice schedules with the kids. LOL." You guys, I can physically feel my blood pressure rising. After this, Britney's fans obviously started calling Jamie Lynn out almost immediately. And newsflash, Jamie Lynn, just because you disable your comments doesn't stop people from calling you out on social media. So therefore, Jamie Lynn went ahead and changed her caption because you guys know that's what she does. And she changed it to just that last part that says, "Thankful to get this time with my family in between our busy work and practice schedules with the kids. LOL." I'm really laughing out loud. Not. Now, if that wasn't enough, in Jamie Lynn's little photo dump, she also accidentally posted a photo of her husband looking at Britney's Instagram. In this photo of Jamie Lynn's husband, you can see on his phone that he is clearly looking at this post from Britney's feed. And let me tell you, she knew she captured her husband looking at Britney's Instagram because she reposted this photo on her Instagram story and conveniently put a caption over her husband's phone talking about how he's always working. I'm sorry, Jamie Lynn, what work? Because to me, it looks like he's just creeping on your sister's Instagram. I mean, seriously, you cannot make this up. Meanwhile, you guys, Britney is doing her best to keep herself in good spirits. She posted a video of herself painting yesterday with the caption, "As you guys know, there's a lot of change going on in my life. At the moment and today, I was feeling overwhelmed, so I went to Michael's and got white paper and paint. I wanted to see color, and this is me messing around. This is an expression of how I'm feeling at the moment. Rebellious, colorful, bright, bold, spontaneous, magical. So obviously showing my true colors." BRB, while my heart breaks into seriously a million pieces after reading that Instagram post. I know I'm actually not going anywhere because I have to pop off. And you guys, today we are not going to do a shambong when talking about Britney Spears. There is just absolutely too much going on. So grab your water, say a prayer for our girl, and let's hydrate and then get to popping off. All right, so first of all, I feel like it needs to be said that Britney's new attorney already seems so much better than her previous one. The fact that he's already filed paperwork to remove Jamie Spears completely from the conservatorship when he's only been involved in Britney's case for a little over a week, I mean, we stand. Just a little more information for you guys. In place of Jamie Spears, Matthew Rosengart is asking that the court appoint a forensic accountant of 30 years. This guy's name is Jason Rubin. And honestly, at this point, while I don't know much about Jason, I will say I feel like he'll do a hell of a lot better than Jamie Spears. I mean, the fact that that guy makes $16,000 a month for literally ruining his daughter's life is absolutely mind-boggling to me. Now, moving on about Britney's mom, do I think it's great that she's stepping up now when she filed paperwork in support of her lawyer's motion to remove Jamie Spears completely? I mean, sure. But my question for you, Lynn Spears, is where have you been? Just so you guys know, Lynn didn't become an official interested party in Britney's conservatorship case until 2019. I'm sorry, Lynn, but it's just a little too late. And you know what, you guys? If Lynn has been helping Britney and I'm unaware, you guys know I've said this once, I'm gonna say it again. I am by no means a Britney Spears expert. I'm just someone who feels like she should have her freedom, and I'm a fan of her music. I am not an expert. So if Lynn has stuck up for Britney in the past, please let me know. But based on everything I've read and seen, I haven't seen that much support from her. And based on the fact that Britney said in court she wanted to sue her whole family, that kind of tells me Lynn's involvement right there. Because Britney absolutely did not say everyone except my mom. So personally, I feel like the reason why Lynn is now having Britney's back in court and now having her attorneys back in court is because she probably wants to try to get in the best place as possible with Britney if and when this conservatorship ends. Now moving on, let's talk about Miss Jamie Lynn Spears. I mean, the freaking nerve. I'm sorry, I cannot stand this woman. Honestly, I put her in the same category as Tristan Thompson. Actually, you know what? I dislike Jamie Lynn Spears more because you know what? She betrayed her own flesh and blood. Like, that takes a really messed up person to do that. Imagine bragging about owning a condo publicly several times, people having the receipts to prove it, and then going on your Instagram and trying to pretend like you've never used a condo that your sister bought. And then having the nerve to get sassy and shady with people on the internet who are calling you out. Look, Jamie Lynn Spears, I love the Ritz-Carlton just as much as the next person. You can even ask Mama Hill. Actually, when I was little, there was one time I was taking a bath and I told her I was really stressed and I needed a Ritz fix because we were very lucky. My uncle worked for the Ritz-Carlton, so we got to go often on a friends and family rate. I'm telling you, I freaking love the Ritz-Carlton, but Jamie Lynn Spears is making me not like whatever Ritz-Carlton is in Florida. So Jamie Lynn, I get it. The Ritz is great, but don't sit up there on your Instagram and act like you are so above staying at a family condo and that you love going to the Ritz-Carlton when you've been using your sister's condo repeatedly for several years. And the fact that her husband was looking at Britney's Instagram like, oh my gosh, why would you even post that on social media? Jamie Lynn Spears is just begging for attention, whether it's positive or negative, and I'm so over it. And you guys, moving on, let's talk about those voicemails. They are just completely heartbreaking in my opinion. I know I've said that already like 5,000 times during this pop-off, but there's really no other way to describe them. The fact that Britney's own father used seeing her children over her head like that is so disgusting, and I honestly just can't even conceive that a father would do that to their child. Ugh, I just really hope that Karma and the man upstairs take care of Jamie Spears because he is just so freaking gross. Again, this is all just my own opinion. On a positive here, because I do want to try to end this pop-off on a positive note because we've talked about a lot of heavy Britney Spears updates, I do feel like Britney is hopeful. I feel like she has found her voice. I feel like she's not afraid to use her voice. And I really do feel like she has this sense of empowerment since she's been speaking out and since she's been sharing her own words and her own side of everything that she's experienced. And I just hope that she doesn't lose that because I really do think this is going to be a long fight. I think Britney is going to be in this fight for the long haul. And I just hope that she does not lose this newfound gumption that she has because I personally love seeing it on social media and I know a lot of other people do too. And I know a lot of people are rooting for Britney. Here in the House of Hill, we are for the hashtag Free Britney movement. All right, you guys, that is all I have for you on this Britney Spears update. I want to hear your thoughts and feels on everything we talked about down below. While you're at it, please give this video a thumbs up. Please make sure you hit that subscribe button and don't forget that notification bell. For more content, make sure you guys follow me over on my Instagram and of course, don't forget my TikTok as well. Also, you guys, make sure you check out my merch store at houseofhill.com. And on that note, I'll see you guys next time. Bye.